So today we are going to be going over my 2007 SR5 Toyota 4Runner. It's got about 208,000 miles on it. I bought it back in 2021, I believe, with about 150,000 miles on it. But I figured we'd go over the build first before we get into all the exploration and the camping and the dirt bike riding and all of that stuff. Get this video out because I'm sure as time goes on, questions about the 4Runner are gonna come up. So let's dive into the build. Right on the front, we have a C4 fabrication front bumper. I ordered that a while ago and had it powder coated locally before we moved out to Idaho, and it's been great. In front of that, we have a Heretic light bar in the very front, the orange one. That is great for dust and fog. It really punches through all that haze and gets a good visual of where we're going, as well as some Baja Designs Squadron Pros, I believe. We have a Warren 12K winch up front as well with Factor 55 fair leads and I forgot what the attachment piece is called, the hooks onto that. Moving up from there, we have some more Baja Design Squadrons as the ditch lights. As far as the wheels and tires go, those are Method 318s, I believe. And I'll put the picture up if it's not the right ones. They have so many different models and I got them forever ago, so I can't remember if that's what they are. And around those are the new Toyo AT3 all-terrain tires, which have been fantastic. I had some General Grabbers before that, and those were great as well. They lasted actually a really long time, probably like 40 or 50,000 miles before I actually got new tires, and they were fantastic. So far, I really like these. I've also put the same tires on the Tacoma that we have, and they are great. Moving up to the roof, none other than Sherpa. Sherpa Equipment Company makes some fantastic roof racks. On top of the Sherpa Equipment roof rack, we have the Top Oak XL version of this model. I can't remember the name of it. I'll throw it up on the screen here, but it's super, super big. Throw your Jackery, food, your laptop, whatever it is, sprawl out in there. Great tent. Can't say enough good things about that so far with it being used, and I've only slept in it a couple times now, but it's been fantastic. As well, on top of the Sherpa roof rack, I have a light bar. It's, can't remember the brand. It came with the big order. When you go on Sherpa's website, they have a bunch of stuff you can add on. It's super bright, also has the ambers on the corners for, you know, trail lights or whatever, so people can see you through the dust. It's extremely, extremely bright, and I love that thing. Moving around to the inside, I removed the seats, built a custom box myself, watched a few YouTube videos, and just kind of roughly estimated the size. Those have been fantastic as well. Gives me a nice workspace on top, as well as storage underneath and just storage in the drawers, little cubbies behind the seats. It's also good if you have another person coming along and they need somewhere else to sleep. You can sleep in there with another little blow-up mattress and a sleeping bag, and it just serves a great purpose all around. As far as suspension goes, nothing fancy, nothing expensive, just some Bilstein 5100 shocks with the Old Man Emu heavy-duty springs. I think they're rated up to like 300 pounds per, which is great at this point with all the weight that's been added onto this thing. I ended up also throwing a external transmission cooler on there as well, because at one point we were pulling a camper with this thing and it really needed the extra little cooling for the transmission to keep everything nice and cool as we're driving around and pulling it up mountain passes and all that good stuff. With all of the lights, obviously you need something to turn them on and off. So I have an 8-panel aux beam panel, which is super cool because it connects underneath the hood with a big fuse panel, and it just makes it super easy to know exactly what's plugged in where, changing out fuses if something does blow, or just making repairs. It also makes it nice and easy because you can turn certain things on, certain things off, and there is a master switch on the center that if you have everything on, you turn it off. As soon as you hit that master switch again, everything comes back on all at once. So we'll hop back here and at least check the drawers out real quick. So I put this marine carpet down and then like really heavy set, thick glue, and just like pressed it with another piece of wood to get it all on there, and then bought this cheap metal piece at Home Depot, cut it to size, screwed it down in there. Got these drawer slides and latches. They all come in one piece, the latch and the drawer slide, off Amazon. I think they were like $100, but they're heavy duty. I think they're rated up to like 300 pounds. And then I wanna say these are about 30, 36 inches roughly. So they're nice to have some extra shoes and stuff. I mainly just pack this full whenever I'm getting ready to go somewhere, whether it's food, extra clothes, camera equipment. This stuff does fit nicely in there, nice and tight. And what's funny is I didn't even intentionally build that for this, and they just so happen to fit. Both of these vault cases fit perfect, which is great. And then same thing on this side. I have a big cutting board in here, just a huge cutting board to either, I can place there and do whatever I need, set it up here. Extra paper towels right now just kind of stay in there. And then in this handy little, when I worked on big musician buses, this little snap-on light was great, and it's magnetic. So it's really cool to keep in the truck. So yeah, that's about it. They're not fancy. They're not a deck system. They're not, all these fancy, expensive drawer systems. I want to say this whole thing cost me under $400 to build it. So thousands of dollars saved, and it's still completely functional. And then right here, it's hard to see and get to these, but I've just made little latches, little thumb holes, and it goes back a good ways here to use this extra space for extra storage. So I have tools in this side, and then that one I use for all my sleeping stuff or extra clothes as well, pillows, blankets, rain jackets, and all that good stuff. So yeah, pretty rad little setup. So that about does it, guys. I'm actually not camping out here tonight because I got to get back to the house, but I needed to come somewhere to film a video that looked pretty cool. So I'm gonna head back home for tonight. We've got a few trips planned before snow hits here, which I have not yet to experience. So that's pretty exciting. So I'm gonna get this torn down and get back to the house. And hopefully we'll see you guys in the next video. If you like this build, or if you have any other questions, leave a comment. If you have things to suggest to do any of this better, also leave that in the comments. Hit that subscribe button, and see you in the next one.